and I believe, I guess, by honoring the external feminine energy, you're honoring your own energy. I think you're probably, you know what I mean, when you are, you know, not being as compassionate when you are dealing with your spouse, your partner, whatever, at the end of the day, you are disowning your own feminine divine.
Yeah, you're basically putting a cap on the idea that you need that empathy, you
Correct.
need that compassion.
Correct.
It's like, you know, say a softer trait or a softer quality, being able to, just like you're identifying anger as a certain type of thing, these other aspects of ourselves we need to embrace and identify as well, you know, so we can be the full versions of ourselves, right? And I think that's a big part of not only these conversations, but I mean, for me, it's the ice bath too. It's like you're using this to be able to find other tools and other emotions that you can tap into to soothe yourself. Mm-hmm. If you only have anger and you only have aggression, you only have fight, that's not going to work in so many different areas. You know, some areas we don't get to test that, but there are areas that we can, and that's like the ice bath. Like seeing a guy who's big, strong, carrying himself as he's hard, only has that anger, only has that fight mentality. They get their ass handed to them in the ice bath. Mm-hmm. They run. You know what I mean? They run because they can't sit with themselves and tell themselves that it's okay and breathe. They can't tap into that feminine side of the energy that is just, it's just untapped potential, right? Yeah. You know, so like if your goal is to become the best version of yourself, it's probably in your best interest to figure out how to use those qualities to your advantage.
Yeah, to harness those qualities, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And and there is a very misconception around the feminine energy, when it comes to men, and so there is the a lot of men have a tendency to shy away from that and from that conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of it is also just using past cultural stereotypes or whatever it might be, and the things that we're using at whatever time stamp that we're currently in as the definition of even masculine, feminine, or any of that. Like, for example, I was, speaking of, I guess, psychedelics or whatever, I went to the Huntington Library, which is over here in Pasadena, like this huge park, museums and everything. And I had kind of the full day, so took a little mushrooms and just found myself laying in like the grass for a good chunk of the day. But then I went to this museum that they had there, and it's like walking through, I don't know what year it was, but back in the day when all these dudes were wearing wigs and whatnot, right? So it's like the things that we define as masculine or feminine are just sometimes just cultural things. When like these were all the OGs back there wearing these tights and these knickerbockers and these wigs. Like these were cats that had next to their bedstand a wig with curlers in it.
They will shoot you. Like
they were OGs, right? So it's like, like just my point in that is don't get so caught up with what you're being told because of the culture and this timestamp of what it is right now. We're talking about a bigger thing here that can't really be labeled like that.